Thank you for coming to Compass Starlights. This is going to be a general reading for the month of May. Welcome in. The month of May. I have previously shuffled and cleansed the cards. We have two here that flipped out. Talia and Chronico. These are from my archetype deck. This is the Light Seers Tarot. What kind of messages can we get for the month of May? General reading. What kind of energies will we be experiencing and moving through during the month of May? What kind of lessons will we be facing? Oh, that's a lot. Let me see here. Queen of Cups, Three of Wands, Four of Swords, Knight of Cups, Queen of Swords, Three of Cups. This is what I want to take. Okay. Oh, hey, look. I'm noticing there was two more from this archetype deck. The High Priest and the Knight. My goodness. I don't know how we are going to fit all of these cards. Let's see. Oh dear, this might be a long message. Alright, let's get an oracle card from the Divine Feather Messenger. Divine Feather Messenger. Bluebird. You are being gifted with blessings of happiness and peace. And then let's do another oracle card from this deck called Sea Soul Journeys Oracle Cards. As I said, all of these were shuffled prior to recording. Let's just see. Let's just see what comes out for us here. Another one, or will that be all? There you go. Okay, so put this here, put that there. We have fluid and play. Okay. See, does that work? Does everything fit on camera? Yes, it would seem so. Okay, that's good. Good. With a little room left over, perhaps for a final clarifier. I think, though, I'm going to switch off one of these lights. Much different, but I think we can still see the cards. Definitely see these archetype cards a little bit better. Okay, so where to begin here? We have the Queen of Cups, the Three of Wands, the Four of Swords, the Knight of Cups, the Queen of Swords, and the Three of Cups. And the overall message here is about tuning into your intuition and opening your heart, moving through your days with an open heart, with compassion and forgiveness for those you encounter. There may be people you are drawing into your life that you're drawing in for a reason. It's the attraction factor, and the circumstances may call you to evaluate who these individuals are. You're going to be sort of tested. It's a matter of your perception and discernment. So when you encounter someone, you're going to have to reflect on the true character of the individual and sort of discern how this person fits into your life, whether it's a quick momentary passing, or if it's someone with whom you can build a lasting relationship of some sort, of any sort. Could be a work relationship, or it's just some kind of associate. Could be a friendship or a love relationship. It's really open-ended in this case that I'm picking up, but the important factor here is the discernment and your ability to read an individual right off the bat, really get a good idea based on the wisdom and experience you have, and then also the matter of forgiveness there in this the relationship dynamic. Recently I encountered someone with whom I have a relatively intimate relationship, and it's just encountering this person sort of made me see things in a new light. I might have expectations for how this person regards me. In encountering this individual recently, I just see how I am on a completely different frequency than this individual, and I really can't hold expectations for this person because they are just not capable of interacting with me with any depth. To some degree, because I've had expectations in the past, it's like the interaction sort of fell short of my hopes, and yet the expectation is from the past, and now I encounter this individual with an open heart and with compassion and forgiveness, and I see what this individual is facing as far as challenges in her life currently, and I can't expect her to broaden her focus beyond the scope of the world in which she is living, the world in which she is creating for herself. And some of that may be generational as well, because this is a much older individual, and she is very much set in her ways of life. She has this protection around her that she has created based on her environment, and anything that is foreign to that environment is really hard for her to connect with. And so I see that, and I'm allowing forgiveness and compassion because I know that she does not have the means to bridge beyond that bubble of protection that she has. And so this is a person that I love. I have love for this individual, and I can be kind, and I can share that love, and I can interact with this person, but I also don't really expect this person to support me in any way, because she is incapable of understanding the path I am walking. And that also means that there is sort of a discrepancy as far as this person is unable to honor who I am. For some people, it's much easier to let go of associates we may have that show a lack of respect, show that they are unable to honor us, show that they are unable to support us, etc., etc. And I find that with a family member, it's much more difficult to entirely cut that tie. And I don't honestly believe that in this case it's necessary, because I can still exist in this person's world, and we can interact and we can coexist without expecting much of one another. But especially where this individual is a different generation, I can still give of myself minimally and not also know my own boundaries so that I'm not over giving. But the point is that I think all of us are going to be reassessing and reevaluating our relationships with certain individuals, and using our keen wisdom and experience and knowledge and security in ourselves to assess how these relationships play a part in our lives and whether they are necessary or not. And as you embrace your own individuality and your own independence from other people, you will find that there's more out there for you to pursue in the world, that you don't need to look to anyone's approval. You are secure in yourself, and you can just move forward into the things about which you are passionate. So with assessing and reevaluating certain relationships, you may also find that it's exhausting and you need some rest. But this is part of the healing process. This is part of the growth process of expansion. And these three cards I really see together, and this is Four of Swords is a bit of a transitional card here. The Queen of Cups is only showing that she is getting more and more comfortable with herself, more and more in alignment with herself and her wishes, dreams, and desires, and pursuing those things, more secure in herself, and that comes from healing. The Four of Swords is a card of healing, and when we go through each step in the process of healing, we kind of sweep the flagstone, sweep the slate clean, right? Little by little, each step, stepping stones, each step, sweep the step clean. And as we clean and heal ourselves with each step, we allow for new things to come in as well with each step. And so it's just a constant evolving process. It's a constant cycle. But as you become more and more secure in moving through and assessing and evaluating relationships and lessons, go through the process of healing and take that time for yourself to actually do the work, you will find more and more opportunities come into your life. And there is a suggestion with the Knight of Cups that there is a loving, kind, and generous offer coming in, or opportunity that will be presented to you, or just entering into your life. And with the Queen of Swords has the clarity to know how to move forward on the path. And she also, she sits up here on high and has a great view, a wonderful perspective, and that's part of what gives her clarity to move forward. And in that clarity, she'll find that she is able to celebrate the lessons she's learned in life, celebrate the new opportunities that have come into her life, and to rejoice in the friendship and companionship with those who are on her frequency. So that's sort of my general take on these Light Seers Tarot cards here. Let's look at these 4 cards here from the Mantegna Tarot. These are all archetype cards. We have Talia 16, Chronicle 32, the High Priest number 10, and the Knight number 6. So just to run through these cards, Talia number 16 is the archetype for transformation. This is this is the card that the words associated with this card say change, disguise, or reveal your true self. So this is where we are being asked to step into and embrace the truth in who we are. And this very message very much is in alignment with this Queen of Cups card, where you are trusting yourself and opening your heart, allowing forgiveness, but not depending on others for any kind of point of view. This is to reveal yourself. Change disguise. You don't need a disguise. At this point, you should be comfortable with who you are. All of these lessons, all the work that you've done on yourself, all of the healing, getting to know yourself and being comfortable with who you are, and knowing that the importance of how others view you is virtually non-existent. There is no weight of measurement for how others view you. What matters is how you view yourself. And at this point, you ought to be feeling pretty comfortable with how you are loving yourself, how you are viewing yourself. The next card, Chronico, is card number 32, and that is the archetype for pride. Don't let sensitivity blind reason. I mean, if you find yourself in a conversation with somebody and somebody is speaking logically with you and going over logical details, facts, etc., this is to say, don't turn a blind eye to the facts. On the other hand, if you know yourself and are secure, you should feel comfortable with the path that you've chosen, regardless of the facts and details. And some of the facts and details may be hard to take, but this is asking you to actually take a look at the facts and details without crying about it, I guess. This is, if you find yourself in challenging circumstances, to sit and dwell in woe is me does not serve you. This is a point where you're being asked to take action on your own behalf. Don't have so much pride that you can't ask for help, or that you can't admit defeat. So sometimes, even if admitting defeat is only to yourself, you may have to consider certain factors, and is this working for me, and is this working for me? Perhaps this is not working for me, and then you have to adapt. But if you hold on to it for your pride, I'm going to make this work, it's a matter of your own judgment and assessment as far as making a project work, as far as seeing something through. You know if it's for you or not. So I'm not encouraging you to give up on a dream before it has come to fruition. On the other hand, what can you do? What actions can you take in order to make the dream more achievable, or to come through more quickly for you, so that it can support you and give you a sense of stability? We have the High Priest, card number 10. Card number 10 is spirituality. This is the archetype, think beyond the everyday. Think beyond the everyday. So, yeah, these are playing together in an interesting way. Think beyond the everyday. This is think beyond, think outside the box, think beyond the moment. How are you planning for the future? What are you doing for yourself? Are you planning for your future? So these cards are all suggesting that analysis and thinking about the big picture for yourself, and how you can make that happen, how you can bring these dreams into reality. Because you are the only judge. Only you have the judgment of how this is going to transpire, and only your judgment truly matters here. Are you making yourself happy? Are you pursuing your joy and your happiness? Where is your enthusiasm? Are you allowing others to influence your choices? card number 6 is the archetype for nobility. Fighting for the weak is a duty of the noble. Fighting for the weak is a duty of the noble, but who is the weak? To me, when I see this card, it's about fighting for myself. Standing up for myself is the noble act. Fighting for the weak is the duty of the noble. So when I stand up for myself, it gives me strength. It gives me power. I don't mean that in a weird way, the power like a power trip, but the power and the strength within. The strength and power to support myself, to know myself. This card, the Knight, is asking you to stand up for higher ideals. So where in your life do you see these higher ideals that need to be upheld? Personally, for me, I can see it's my faith and my intuition, getting traction and following that path and not letting doubt seep in. And even if I can keep my own doubts at bay, when I encounter other individuals at times, their judgments want to kind of poke and nudge. And it takes a lot to protect yourself from those outside viewpoints from others that might suggest that one is incapable of achieving or accomplishing these things. It's your job to be the knight and to stand up for that path that you have chosen, to stand up and protect and be resolute in the path you have chosen and that which you are pursuing. Next to these archetype cards from the Mantegna Tarot, I have the bluebird that came out from the Divine Feather Messenger. And the bluebird says, you are being gifted with blessings of happiness and peace. And from the book, the excerpt reads, the bluebird is usually associated with the qualities of joy, peace, harmony, and union. Bluebirds are often pictured in happy pairs, signifying fidelity and blissful partnerships. Many stories surround bluebird, from native folklore to modern-day tales. The color blue is significant in its beauty, its connection to the element of air and to the throat chakra. The bluebird asks us to examine our own sense of inner peace and self-love. The happiness we seek begins on the inside. Again, this card is reiterating having that strength within and knowing oneself. To be a pillar of support unto yourself. Unshakable, unswayable. In May, we may be seeing how stoic we can be. We may be seeing how we have to stand up for ourselves. We may be seeing others coming forward with a backbone. And also, we may find that despite our own strength and fortitude, people will come in or situations will come in and attempt to challenge that strength in oneself. The message of the bluebird says, the bluebird flies into your space to deliver the great blessings of peace, joy, and happiness. This messenger reminds you to honor the purity of your speech and communication, especially those messages that you feed to yourself. The lightness and color of bluebird help make you aware of the spiritual links of the sky and the realms beyond. Invite the tranquility of bluebird into any area of your life that could use more lightness. Then share the energy of bluebird with those around you. Have you forgotten the simple pleasures of life? Bluebird is here to remind you that it is okay to let go and fly for sheer pleasure. As you do, feel the weight of life lifted and soar higher up into the blue sky. Well, and that's really lovely too. The affirmation says, I invite a deeper sense of peace and joy into my life. Now, in the end here, with these Light Seer Tarot cards, the Three of Cups, a card of celebration, there, and also here we have play, which we'll get to in a moment. But honestly, if you have spent so much time strengthening yourself, strengthening your resolve, right? being resolute in your plan, being resolute in your path, being resolute in your convictions, moving forward on your path, staying focused, not letting anything sway you off your path, coming back to it time and time again. This is like a soldier marching through the war fields, going, and having to continue on despite the battle surrounding the individual. There's no time for play. There's no time to pull the focus from this path, from this trajectory. It's all been a matter of work, staying focused, getting the plan in place, being consistent in your efforts. Who are you showing? Who are you showing? Oh, I'm a hard worker. It's not about anybody else. It's knowing for yourself. Can I do this? Can I meet this challenge I have put up for myself? Am I capable? And you have proved to yourself time and time again that yes, you are capable. You are capable of walking that path. You are capable of being consistent. You are capable of having stability within. You are capable of standing up for yourself. And that's all well and good, but it's really a path of a soldier. It is stoicism. And where in all of that hard work does play come into play? Where in all of that hard work is there joy and celebration? Yes, you may find some joy and prosperity and happiness from the work that you have been doing. But there's also a time and a need for relaxation, laughter, joyful experiences, activity, and working outside the box, existing outside the box, doing something a little bit different. And we are being asked also to celebrate with the Three of Cups here, with the card, the bluebird, and also with this card, play. It's okay to let go and fly for sheer pleasure. There is a need for celebration. There is a need to celebrate joy within your life. The last two cards up here, these oracle cards, the Sea Soul Journeys oracle cards. The first one is called Fluid. Fluid. This card says, may you shift and transform. Yes. The sea is always moving, changing, adapting, responding, and finding a way through. To be fully in the sea is to embrace the constant flow of life and to find the power in your ability to shapeshift. The blessing with this card is, may you find flexibility, may you see potential, may you discover your strength in movement and flow, may you adapt, may you drink water, think water, see water, and be water. I move onward as the stream finds a way to the sea. And lastly, this card, play. Play says, may you seek out fun and connection. The sea beckons to joyful children, ageless in the water. It is a gleeful promise of unconstrained fun, free of self-consciousness and judgment. Embracing play, you reject limits, open up to the new, learn and grow. Again, this is just reiterating that bit of knowing yourself so well, being so comfortable with yourself and loving yourself to such an extent that you really do not care about other people's judgments. You may have been walking a path and working hard and being stoic to create a strong foundation around you. But when it's time to play, you're not going to take anybody else's judgment as far as, oh, you're lazy, you're not working today, what are you doing? It's none of anybody's business. Now that you feel like you have done the work for yourself and you are the judge, you are the only judge. Now that you have assessed for yourself where you are in the path, the work and the work that you've done to get where you are you satisfied? Because you are the only one that really matters in this sense. And once you feel that sense of satisfaction, I have put in the work, I have moved myself forward. I have made myself adaptable. I have embraced change. Now we come to a point where it's up to you to decide when it is time to play, when it is time to embrace the youthful, fun attitude and engage in fun activity. The blessings of this card play say, may you let go of inhibitions and preconceived outcomes. May you experiment with joy. May you be filled with curious wonder. The mantra says, I am guided by my inner child. And let that be. So be it. Let your inner child guide you. Who is judging you for any of what you do? Are you satisfied with yourself? Are you satisfied within? That's all that really matters. And if you have not achieved that sense of self-satisfaction, let that be your work for the month of May. Come back to yourself. Who am I? What am I doing? Am I happy with what I'm doing? And when you find at any point in time that you are dissatisfied with what you are doing, you have to take responsibility for yourself and make changes so that you are satisfied with your path, that you're satisfied with your direction. You are the one that's responsible for making those adjustments. You are the one who is responsible for making those adjustments. You are the one who is responsible for making judgments about yourself and the path that you're taking. Are you satisfied? If you are not, make a change. Are you happy? If you are not, make adjustments. Pursue your passions. Get some rest. Play. Be adaptable. I hope these messages serve you for the month of May. Thank you for coming to Compass Starlight. Be well.